I'm not a lover of karma. I don't like our Prime Minister. I think he's doing a job. But we live in a democracy, and the way to get politicians out we don't like is to vote them out. Jeremy Corbyn reveals private exchange with Keir Starmer. Jim Davidson reacts. You're not going to believe this. Jeremy Corbyn has just revealed a private exchange he had with Keir Starmer before a crucial parliamentary vote, and the political world is buzzing. Why? Because what Starmer reportedly said behind closed doors doesn't sound like the confident leader he tries to project in public. Welcome to Back Britain Unfold. And if that wasn't enough, comedian Jim Davidson, never one to hold back, waded in, adding fuel to a fire that was already sparking across social media. This isn't just about one conversation. This is about trust, about authenticity, and about how leaders handle pressure when the cameras aren't rolling. So, what did Corbyn reveal? And why are people saying it exposes a side of Starmer the public rarely sees? It all started when Jeremy Corbyn, during a candid talk with supporters, described an exchange he claimed to have had with Keir Starmer just before an important Commons vote. Corbyn painted the picture of a tense moment. The Labour Party was split, the stakes were high, and Starmer, now leader but then trying to solidify his position, leaned in with words that, according to Corbyn, revealed doubt. The exact phrasing wasn't dramatic in itself, but it was the tone, the hesitation, the suggestion that Starmer might have been weighing politics over principle that caught attention. Corbyn framed it as evidence of a man more concerned with optics than with conviction. And that struck a nerve because for years, Starmer has been accused of exactly that, being cautious, calculated, and sometimes too polished to be genuine. Enter Jim Davidson. The comedian, known for his sharp and often controversial political takes, reacted to Corbyn's revelation on his online platform. In his blunt style, Davidson said something along the lines of, "This is what people hate about politics. Say one thing to your mates, another to the cameras. No wonder the country's fed up." Whether you love or hate Davidson, his comments resonate with a wider public mood. Frustration with leaders who seem to live double lives. And that gave the story legs beyond the Labour base. Suddenly, this wasn't just about a private chat between Corbyn and Starmer. It became a headline about honesty in politics. Social media lit up immediately. One viral tweet read, "If Corbyn's right, this shows Starmer is exactly what we thought. All performance, no substance." Another countered, "Corbyn is bitter, Davidson is opportunistic. Starmer is the only adult in the room." Even within Labour, the response was split. A senior Labour figure reportedly told a journalist, "Corbyn will say anything to undermine Keir, but he's playing into the Tories' hands." Meanwhile, a grassroots activist said, "This is the real Starmer, scared of upsetting the establishment, scared of standing firm." The clash of voices shows just how divisive Starmer remains, even within his own party. Now, here's where this becomes more than gossip. Britain is heading towards a high-stakes election. Starmer's Labour is leading in the polls, but that lead isn't invincible. Every crack in his image matters. Corbyn's revelation feeds a narrative Reform UK and the Conservatives have been pushing, that Starmer is a career politician, cautious to the point of weakness. Jim Davidson's commentary, though coming from outside the political class, gives that same narrative a cultural echo. It takes the story from political circles into the broader public conversation. And when comedians, commentators, and ordinary citizens are all talking about whether the Labour leader is real or rehearsed, that's a problem for Starmer. This isn't about whether Corbyn's memory of that moment is 100% accurate. It's about perception. Starmer's entire strategy has been about presenting himself as steady, trustworthy, unflappable. But stories like this, amplified by voices like Davidson, chip away at that image. Because if people start to believe he says one thing in private and another in public, trust evaporates. And in politics, trust is everything. So here's the real question. If Jeremy Corbyn is willing to air these kinds of behind-the-scenes conversations now, what else is sitting in the background waiting to surface? And if Jim Davidson and other cultural voices keep hammering away at Starmer's polished but hollow persona, how long before voters start? This was today's important update. We want to make it clear that our videos do not contain any kind of misinformation. Our only goal is to deliver true and verified news from across the UK, right here on Britain Unfold. If you enjoyed the video, please like, share your thoughts in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe to the Britain Unfold channel. Thank you.